Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. It's an on-the-fly car reading. So, I have a lot to ask about. Oh, everybody's all abuzz in the news about Trump org under investigation with possible criminal charges. It's a criminal investigation, not just a civil investigation. So that means that if somebody were to get in trouble for taxes, not paying enough taxes, mistakes, that would have been a civil investigation and there would have been fines. But now we have a criminal investigation, and Alan Weisselberg, their CFO forever, apparently, is talking. And people are wondering if he's flipping on Trump. People are wondering if the kids are going to get in trouble. People are wondering, Michael Cohen, Trump's former personal attorney who went to prison as a co-conspirator, when the unindicted co-conspirator did not go to prison, he says Trump will flip on his own kids. So I'm going to look at it. What the heck? Why not see what the cards have to say about how this drama plays out? Okay. And I always did say it's going to be taxes that get him, and financial crimes. And I think that looks to be true. I said that 4 years ago. I don't see him getting in a lot of trouble for the Georgia thing, into election interference. I don't. Even though there's been there's been a grand jury impaneled for that. I haven't heard what happened to that. But the taxes, oh my gosh, yes. So let us see. Alan Weisselberg, show us him right now, Spirit. Any information that's helpful and accurate, please. We have the 7 of Cups. That's interesting. Challenge card is the 8 of Cups. He is confused right now. He is confused. I think that has to do with Trump, because this is Trump's leaving card. It always was, right? The fact that Trump left the White House. I think Trump is peddling a lot of illusions and trying to confuse him. He's just very confused right now. He's not operating very realistically. I'm surprised by that 7 of Cups card, actually, because he always struck me as somebody who, while he was way too flexible with the rules and didn't have enough experience with, being a CFO of other agencies, other groups, and that's who Trump likes, somebody who only has experience with his company. I always thought his brain was sharp, but now with this confusion, interesting. Underneath in his subconscious, many deep mysteries. Oh, I think he's just so confused. I don't think it's like his brain has gone bad or anything. I think it's just many deep mysteries there. Okay, like how do I even begin to get out of this? Can I get out of this without getting in trouble? He's just Hierophant. Yeah, investigations have been going on in the past. Above is the 10 of Cups. Oh, he's had some contacts with lawmakers, with Republican lawmakers. They're all in this too, trying to settle this down for Trump, trying to do everything they can. So he's getting advice from the lawmakers as well. Oh, yikes. That's just so sad to me. They shouldn't even be involved at all, but they are. In the immediate future, we have the 2 of Wands. I feel like he's saying to himself, do I give all the information and try to get by with no charges, or do I accept some charges and probably just have probation and try to save Trump, the worst of it, or save Trump org, the worst of it? He's shut out in the cold at the root of the matter. So actually, he's not getting any help from Trump here. 7 of Swords, he's planning on being dishonest. He's being dishonest right now. Victory, hopes and fears, outcome, hope. He's hopeful. Rides it out. But this is the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you can't fight destiny. So I think that what I'm seeing there is it's not settled yet. He's does have some friends in high places only because Donald Trump has some friends in high places. But there's not as much, he doesn't have as much power here as he thinks he does. I don't think it looks good personally, you guys. I don't think it looks good. I think because Trump lost the presidency, that's why he's going to get nailed. Yeah, I just don't, I think he does give up some information on Trump.org. I think he does. Okay. And I think but I still think, even, does Alan Weisselberg get in trouble? Oh, it hasn't been decided yet. 2 of Swords. Democrat or female. Well, okay, so we have Letitia James, right? But then we have Cy Vance, and he's going. We have a new one. We'll find out gradually. Okay. But I feel like with that Temperance Angel and the gradually evening it out, I don't feel it's like he goes to prison for a long time. I mean, if he does plead to something, I feel like he does avoid the worst of it. Okay, what about Trump? What about Trump? Does he go to prison? Let's ask it again. Well, there's 2 things moving forward really quickly, not just one investigation, two charges that could stick. 2 charges that could stick. He regrets. He's not getting this under control like he thought he would. This has to do with money. He wants more money all the time. 3, he's talking to his attorneys all the time. He doesn't have protection because we have a different political party in charge. He's really pregnant with the possibility of going to prison. So he's feeling like it could happen. New beginning, though. Something happens that gives him some hopefulness. He's going to try to pawn it off on somebody beneath him. So there we go. Let's see about his kids then. Does he, in fact, flip on his own children or Jared Kushner? Yeah, he would. Absolutely, he would. Oh my gosh. 5 of Swords. Absolutely, he would. Because he's given the tasks to them to do. Kushner, there's a lot of dirt there that Kushner could be implicated in. But that victory, but that Kushner, I've always got that he gets good attorneys. Ace, world card success, so maybe not Kushner. Somebody even lower. We have the Knight of Coins. Yeah, justice will be done. There will be charges. There will be convictions. Maybe one of the kids. Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka. Let's look. Don Jr., they were all officials. Rides it out? Really? Or that could be about Putin and Russia, though, too. He has hope, but, it doesn't mean that there's a good reason to, but there are so many deep mysteries. There's so much stuff he's keeping, and he's not seeing things clearly. So his hope is worth nothing because he's not seeing things clearly. And we have the Emperor, the law. He's broken the law. So it looks like Don Jr.'s, he doesn't get good cards here. It doesn't look good for him. What about Eric? What about Eric? What does it look like for him? Hanging on, but then that's greed too. 2 of Swords. 10 of Wands. He had his hands in a lot of things. The bright light of the sun's sure not secure enough. Nostalgia, a lot of looking back. Man, he is heavily involved in the investigations. He just is. But I do almost see somebody saying he didn't know, or you know what I mean? How can you prove he purposely did this? Because there's a lot he doesn't know. So there's that too. And maybe that's kind of used for Don Jr. as well, although his cards were not great. Yeah, I don't know. Eric could turn. He could turn on somebody. He could. I do feel like who is involved in the organization that's rung below all of them? Because they're trying to let that person hold the bag. Sun. Yeah, is not secure enough. Okay, so that's ongoing. He's heavily involved in an investigation. He's doing a lot of depositions according to the cards. It's not looking great for him, but it's undecided with the Two of Swords. What about for Ivanka? Ooh, secrets. She has got plenty of secrets. And I do feel a lot has to do with the way she would push her line of clothing and products. Yeah. And use her official capacity in the government to do that. See, I feel like she could get in trouble later for that. Hermit. She's a lot of, I don't have my hands on any of this. But there are a lot of deep mysteries. She knows more than she's saying. Again, with the 7. And I think that can be confusion, but it can also be them trying to peddle an illusion. And I feel like for her, it's more that. But the law is going to catch up with her too. I do think she gets some trouble. I do think she has to plead to something. But I'm not sure it's the tax fraud stuff with Trump org or the financial crimes with Trump org. I almost wonder if it isn't more to do with the way she used her connections in office to further her own business interests. Something like that. So, and it may be later. But no, there's plenty to investigate there, isn't there? So, Trump again. 3 of Cups. He does try to delay. That's a reminder. He's going to delay everything he possibly can. Extensions. Bright light of the sun. He says a lot of stupid things. But then again, and he tweets a lot of really stupid things that are going to come back and haunt him. But then again, the sheer volume of what he tweets. And he contradicts himself in his tweets. It gives him a little bit of protection, because it's sort of like, oh, but I said this the other day, and I say this, and I say a lot of stuff. So who would take that seriously? I don't know. It's strange how it works. There's a lot of debate over whether or not he should be charged. Yeah, a lot of conflict. Okay, this is a mess. It's a mess on their family relationships, this means. It's terrible for them all. They are going to go through the who's flipping on whom thing. It's going to happen. It's going to be ugly. Okay, and it's going to go on for years, you guys. And that's where we come back to, I feel like he does manage to wiggle out of a lot of things. There's something that sticks, but by that time his health is so declined. I always wondered if he gets cushy time because of that. Now it's going to be a slow boat here. Slow boat. Remember the reading I did? Slow boat to his personal hell. That's it. But he does still have a lot of Republicans there, lawmakers wanting to help him out and keep him strong politically, and his reputation with his own supporters, strengthen that. They want those voters. So there we go. That makes him write out a lot of stuff, actually, you guys. And hang on. And I did see this, that it's going to be a little alarming, I think, when he starts campaigning and in the next couple of years, not quite couple of years. I think it's going to be a little alarming because I think it starts to look like he's doing pretty well. See, this takes a while to catch him. But in the end, he cannot, because of all these issues, he cannot run in the end, for 2024, I believe. But, don't be alarmed. I guess what I'm hearing is don't be alarmed. Even if he looks like he's getting away with this and that and the other thing over the next several months, there's going to be a lot of investigation happening and he's not going to get away with everything. Okay. All right. That's what I'm hearing. Very interesting. But did you notice how the cards were so, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There wasn't a lot of consistency with the cards. So I think it really is a dynamic situation and it's moving very quickly. And we ask things like, will this person ever go to prison? And, you know, for the Trump kids, they're young. There's plenty of things they've done. So sometimes the answer is yes, but not anytime soon. And, you know, by then you all will have moved on. So you don't know. You just don't know. We just don't want him to be in the White House again in 2024, right, guys? I mean, I don't wish bad on anybody. I just want the threat to be neutralized, right? We get that Knight of Coins again and the Four of Coins. The greed is a real problem, but they are going to try to blame it on somebody lower, further down in the organization. And there weren't a lot of people who worked for them, so this will be interesting. Okay, well, that's what I got. I hope you all have a good day, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a better day than the Trumps and the Kushners. Pretty sure you're going to have a better day than them. I guess we do need to take comfort in the fact that if we weren't born into extremely wealthy families, well, maybe we've ducked some of these bullets. There we go. Thank you all so very, very much. You take care. Bye-bye.